So now, why did Yeshua ben Pachia say all of this in regarding to J.C. Penney, in regards to Yeshua Yimach Shemo V'Zichro? Because as everyone knows, Jesus was originally a Jew. And he was actually one of the students that was excelling for Yeshua ben Pachia. But one day, when they're on their way back, after they were in hiding for some time from King Yanai, they found out that they were able to come back from Alexandria. But on the way, they stopped. They stopped on the way, and a very gracious host hosted them. And Yeshua ben Pachia was saying, oh, what a gracious host we have. Meaning, they're so kind, they're letting us in their house, they're feeding us. But Jesus took what his rabbi said the wrong way and thought that he was complimenting her looks. He said, no, she's not even good looking. Look at her eyes, they're so round. She said, wicked one, this is what you do? This is what you learned from me? Out. He kicked him out of yeshiva. Banned him as a student. Jesus tried to come back. First 2 times he was rejected, because obviously when you make such a grave sin of immodesty, of ungratefulness, of disrespect, of desecrating Hashem's name in public, you have to show that your tshuva is serious. You can't just say, I'm sorry. You didn't break a plate. Desecrated Hashem's name. You're immodest. So I wanted to see he's serious, so the first 2 times you rejected him. And the 3rd time, Yeshua ben Pachia was actually in the middle of Kriyat Shema, was praying, was doing Kriyat Shema. And as everyone knows, according to the Gemara, Masechet Brachot, even if a king walks into the room and you're in the middle of Kriyat Shema, you are not allowed to stop, not allowed to talk. A king. So Jesus didn't really have good manners, apparently. He wasn't just looking at women, he was also forgetting what his teacher was teaching him in regards to Musar, so he decided that he's going to interrupt him in the middle of prayer. So obviously his teacher was planning on forgiving him, but he said, oh, I can't talk to you right now, but come back later. Jesus didn't like what he heard. Didn't take it as that, obviously. He thought that he's rejecting him a 3rd time. And he left. And he went and started worshiping idols. And he started learning sorcery. And started making magic tricks and different things to make other people follow him. Yeshua ben Pachia actually went and tracked him down. And told him, repent. Come repent, I'll accept you back. I know you did this, you did this, you did this, I know. And Jesus said, you also taught me that someone that's a machtia rabim, someone that makes other people sin, they don't welcome him back. So I'm just going to stay where I am. And he decided to continue the rest of his life, fulfilling his desire of sinning, whether it would be with women, or it would be by making people follow him. The source to this is in the Gemara, Masechet Sotah, page 47a, Masechet Sanhedrin, page 107, and also in Masechet Shabbat. All parts of the Gemara. There's also some Midrashim and other places you can find it. Sometimes you'll find many copies of the Gemara where they actually don't mention Jesus' name. They mention student. And the reason why is because approximately 13 or 1400 years ago, the Goyim didn't like the fact that their Messiah, their God, their whoever, their idol, was mentioned in such an unfavorable way in our Torah, so they started killing Jews over it. So for the sake of saving Jewish lives, we changed the name. But obviously, Baruch Hashem, the truth always remains, and copies with the original truth remained, and we still have the truth that we still have from Mount Sinai. So now, the reason why Yeshua ben Parchia actually mentioned this whole Mishnah is because all of it tells us the story. This one Mishnah tells us everything that we just talked about. If JC, Penny, would actually value his Rav like he's a Rav, he would value his rabbi like he's a rabbi, like you're supposed to, like Yeshua ben Nun valued Moshe Rabbeinu, where he waited for him fasting in the mountain until he came down 40 days later. Then he would never second guess his rabbi, that even if what he said sounded unusual, sounded like he was complimenting a woman, he would never take it as such. He would either remain quiet or just create an excuse in his mind that this couldn't be. If Jesus would have actually had a friend that would tell him the truth also, because he acquired him and he worked hard to make sure that he has somebody that, hey, listen, I'll do whatever you want me to do if I don't have any money, but just make sure that if I ever fall, if I ever stumble, if I ever go in the wrong way, you're going to be that friend that's going to give me the lung I need. You're going to be that friend that's going to give me the truth I need. You're going to be the friend that's going to save me before I fall and can't get up anymore. If he had one friend in the world that he acquired, it wouldn't have happened. And if he would have just given the Rav kaf zchut, benefit of the doubt, it wouldn't have happened. But all of it has the same foundational problem as Neturei Karta, the Messianic Chabad, and the other sects that I mentioned before.